Well, Buckeye Nation, we said we wouldn't talk about it, but here we are talking about it again because it just keeps on bringing it up in the news. Michigan is refuting the violations that came across their board back in November, the week of the Ohio State Michigan game. They filed a 137-page report to the NCAA refuting the allegations for overreaching, for wildly overreaching their bounds and connecting sources. They said that a staffer actually was the one who tipped off and got all this started for the NCAA. So no, not Ryan Day. Stop linking his name. Stop trying to smear his name. National championship Ryan Day to you. Rob, what you got to say on this topic here?
I mean, that last thing you said was the funniest part of all this. Because remember,
Ryan Day's
so
brother.
back, yeah, Ryan Day's brother. So let's see. Let's see the tweet by Chris Ballas, a big Michigan insider. It appears that Michigan has documents that allegedly link the private investigators that are looking into Michigan sign stealing scandal back to Ohio State, reported by Ballas Wolverine. Again, that is Chris Ballas. So that is hilarious. Putting the finger on Ryan Day and Ohio State, because it's so easy. Let's point to our arch rival so we can take the heat off us, and then people be making fun of Ryan Day. I mean, that poor guy, his fan base is on him for losing to Michigan 4 years in a row, and then all of a sudden he's getting this heat for apparently being responsible for Michigan being looked at for the sign stealing scandal. But now now it's funny. Someone in Michigan's own camp snitched on the Wolverines, man. And if you guys don't believe this, here is the article. And the article is called Michigan Fighting Allegations Made by NCAA and Connor Stallion Sign Stealing Saga. And this is the part. It says here it is. However, perhaps most notable in the document is an answer to a long discussed question: who originally tipped off the NCAA to Stallion scheme? According to the document, the tipster derived from Michigan's own campus. Michigan's own campus. You didn't hear that? Michigan's own campus, not Ryan Day's brother. That Chris Ballas, Dave Portnoy, and a lot of the other Michigan channels were screaming and shouting for the rooftops.
Ryan Day's brother has a PI firm. You got to check it out, man.
Yeah, whatever, dude. But I'm glad that there is some sort of vindication for Ryan Day and his family, because again, they're getting a lot of crap for this, dude. I mean, they've already took enough heat over the years.
Oh yeah.
But all right, so back to the article.
Yeah.
So back to the article. So Michigan and the NCAA are in for a long, bruising fight over allegations related to Connor Stallion's advanced scouting. So how did the long, bruising fight work out for the Ohio State Buckeyes? Their tattoo gate. We all know
not
that.
well, man. Not well. And we actually self-imposed violations, which they did not accept. And Michigan is considering self-imposing, which I'm sure will not be enough because they want their flesh. They want their pound of flesh too. The NCAA does. They want to seem relevant and appear relevant still.
Yeah. So what it's being saying is that Michigan is crying the NCAA, accusing the NCAA of grossly overreaching, wildly overcharging the program without credible evidence. So what Michigan is also trying to do is they are trying. So there's 6 level 1 infractions out of the 11. What Michigan is trying to do is saying that those 6 level 1s, they're actually level 2. So they're trying to talk down these infractions.
And because one of the big things is Michigan got hit with a violation. Why Harbaugh was suspended for the first 3 games of the championship season in 2023 for recruiting violations during the COVID period. This would make them and other staff members on the U of M current football staff repeat offenders, which is almost always a fireable offense, especially if they're level 1 violations.
I mean, I mean, they fired Chris Partridge. Remember, he apparently
Yep.
destroyed evidence. Mike Hart's gone. Steve Clinksale is off to he went with Jim Harbaugh to the NFL.
Denard,
Um, Denard was someone named in that, and Jim Harbaugh. He has what is he banned for like 4 years from appearing
show
anywhere?
cause. Yep.
Yeah, he's got a 4-year show cause. So another thing that was said. So the school reports that the sign stealing system offered minimal relevance to competition was not credibly proven by NCAA investigators and should be treated as a minor violation. I mean, yes and no. Yes, you know, man, it's a hard one. Even after the sign stealing scandal was exposed, Michigan still went on to win the national championship. The funny thing is, I don't even think they needed a sign stealing scandal in the first place.
They were
That
a
team
talented enough team.
yeah, they were a talented enough team. So it's kind of like whatever.
They didn't need that extra bump, man. They had J.J. McCarthy, Blake Corum, Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, all those talented players. Not so much to speak for their wideouts, but Bell and Johnson. But yeah, they were a talented team, man, and I would say the most talented team in the 2023 season. Hence why they made 3 straight playoff appearances with that roster. But yeah, man, they really need to fight the show cause, or they need to fight these level 1 violations. Because if Moore gets slapped as a repeat offender, dude, he's probably not going to remain the head coach of Michigan very long. That's the issue at hand. And that's what they're really fighting for. They're defending Moore. They're defending his involvement and his culpability, even though he deleted all those Texarkana Stallions. They are saying he had no involvement in this whatsoever.
Oh yeah,
And I
so
find that hard to believe.
I'll get back to that point as to why they're trying
Sure.
to defend Sharon Moore, other staffers, and trying to talk down the level 1 violations and the repeat offender. But it says, however, 6 of the 11 violations are deemed to be level 1, and the NCAA asserts that Michigan failed to monitor its football program, given the severe nature and multi-year length of the Stallion scheme. The university and several of its coaches are considered repeat offenders, and allegations the school refutes in response. So, again, failed to monitor. How long did this go on? 2021 to 2023. I mean, I don't like. Connor Stallions may be a low level staffer, but he got all this money to. I mean, he was giving tickets to his friends, his family.
Yep.
He was. I mean, we're talking about like what was it, Peter? Like 30 to 35 games over 3 years, and we're
For
not
3
talking about
seasons.
the nosebleeds. We're not even talking about we're talking about like close to the sideline, opposite the
Yeah.
sideline, like pretty much like you could be on the field at that point. Oh wait, yeah, he was on the field once at the Central
Ooh,
Michigan State game.
sure was.
So yeah, and I honestly, Peter, I could see why they're trying to defend themselves. Here I'm going to get rid of this.
Yeah. This
I
runs
can
deep, man.
I
Oh,
can
keep
see
going.
I can see why they're trying to defend the program, the staff, Sharon Moore. They finally figure out their NIL. Look at the recruiting class they have coming in. They have the number 1 overall recruit in the country coming in
Yeah.
Bryce Underwood. I mean, you currently, as much as I hate to say it, they currently have all the momentum in their corner to have a lot better season than last season. So we're talking about. I mean, dude, 6 level 1 fractions. We all know where that's heading. Repeat
Yep.
offenders. We all know where that's heading. Where that could head. So it's kind of like I as much as I don't like Michigan as much as the next Buckeye, I can't blame them for fighting. I'd want Ohio State to fight
Well,
if the shoe was on the other foot.
that was gonna be my question, man. They have to fight it. They don't really have a choice because if they just accept what the NCAA is saying they did, then Sherrone Moore has to go, hands down. And they don't want him to go, even though he did just go 8-5. Momentum is building, like you said, and I get why they want to hang on to him. They don't want to go through a coaching search.
But man, like this just proves, dude, that there could be a lot of trouble for Michigan. I mean, dude, and you know who's ever watching this video, Peter and I, we said we would never talk about this, but again, the NCAA is not letting the world forget about what happened. They keep bringing it up, and so again, they keep bringing it up. It seems like maybe we should start looking at this more seriously, not at just something that happened. It's just gonna go away. There's a reason why the NCAA keeps talking about this and putting it back in the spotlight. I
They're
mean,
not letting it go.
let's
They're
be
holding
honest,
a
man.
grudge.
Someone from the NCAA leaked those documents to the press. Yahoo
Yeah.
Sports is the first one who got it. So, I mean, what honestly, dude, like this could be a long ride, or it could be, a short one where it's just like, tough luck, Michigan. Here's you want to fight us, they're gonna piss them off even more, and
Well,
the penalties could be even more harsh.
here's the thing, man. If they're gonna fight this might even end up being worse in the long run. They might end up being on a coaching search anyway. So we're gonna see how this unfolds. I guess we'll be reporting on this if the hammer really does drop. We'll be here to report on it. But yeah. Anything else to say on this one, Rob, or is that it for the vid?
Nah, man, just we're gonna keep we're gonna keep an eye on this. We're gonna see what happens. But I mean, right now, I would say that it's kind of looking a little, gloomy for Michigan. Not biased or anything, and honestly, like moved on from this. But after reading this and stuff, it's looking kind of gloomy right now. Not gonna lie.
All right, man. Well, that's it for tonight. Go Bucks and God bless. We'll see you on the next one.
OH.
I-O.